Hello everyone. We have reached the final stage of this series of videos, tutorial videos that we have been recording in the past uh, days. Um, this is this is the most important part because, as you may know, this is the application that we have submitted to this developer competition promoted by IBM. So this is the final product. This is what really does the magic. We have seen in the last videos how to install and configure everything from the virtual machine to the operating system, and then passing through the configuration of the IBM Domino server. This is the application that is running in a virtual machine, just like the one that you have seen in the past videos. So I'm going to go through all the design of this application, because I really want you to understand how it works. It's very simple. We have tried to keep this very simple so you can understand how it works, and how can you adapt this form of work with IBM Bluemix, in your own applications. So basically, to start, this is the design of the database that you have already access to. There's basically just one form, and in that form, as you can see, we have separated parts of this of the design in four sub-forms, that two are in the beginning of the form and two are at the end. They're basically, forms of wrapping content. In the first part, in the top sub-form, we have added basic HTML fields, and we have added a language handlers. So we have basically translated this application to Spanish and English, and you can select which language you want to use, and basically those are the subforms that we have added to this form. And then basically everything that you have seen here in red is in terms of a wrapping for everything that has direct access to the code for IBM Bluemix Personality Insight service. The color blue means that those parts are basically what you need to check, because they're the basic elements that the IBM Bluemix Personality Insights will use to interact with the end user. So this is the design. We have tried to explain, add simple explanations of every block of code. These are templates that are used in the form, and the inline JavaScript, as well as some inline CSS. So this is basically the form. There's not much to say. It's very straightforward to understand. The parts are really clear, and this will be the this will be end user interface. So basically, this is the form. form, it's called Watson.html. This is the option to open a form, and this parameter here is what you can pass directly to the form in order to specify a specific language. In this case, I'm using the English version, and I can change this to the Spanish version. It's basically one form, and the translation is done automatically from the fields that you saw in the top subform. This is what gets the option from the URL, and those are the IDs that I'm using in this form. This is the translation in Spanish, and this is the translation in English. And this last field basically gets the correct translation that I have requested to this form. It's very simple, but I think it's very powerful. It's a very simple and powerful way to translate elements in web and mobile applications. Okay, we have seen this form in the past. I think in the last video. The structure basically uses jQuery and Bootstrap as a presentation framework, and I do like a lot this font awesome option to help you with the icons that are used in these in web applications and in mobile applications too. So that's it basically for the form and subforms. Basically, you won't find any views, and this is a page that I use only to do the auto redirection to the Watson form every time that a user tries to open this database from a web browser. And then the script libraries that I have previously talked to you about, these are open, freely libraries that I found very useful. The author is somebody named Julian Robichaux. I think it's the right way to pronounce that last name. And it's publicly available at this site, nsftools.com. What it does, it basically it's a wrapper, lots of script wrapper for the Java library. It's very simple and very powerful to use. I have found this really helpful for various of my applications. I like it really much. This is a great library that you can use even in your applications. And these are the agents, Lotus script agents that basically does everything. They when you submit information from the form, I will show you these. Yeah, here it is. When you submit this form with some data, basically if you select this option, I'm going to change it to English. When you select to send blog entries, for example, of websites, this JavaScript function, what it does, it basically gets the parameters from that form, and those parameters are then submitted directly to the agent. And the agent, in this case, it will be this agent. gets um, gets all the information that has been posted to this agent, exploit it, and add everything in an array, and then you can use all those parameters in your code. Um, in this example, the parameters are, of course, the language, the URL1 to the URL5. And at the end, I have done these, small conversions because I use it with Spanish, and there are some strange characters that I have to take care of. And then basically I start using the fetcher. In this case, it's the function that it's inside that Lotus script library, and basically it does, it sends the post request to the in this case to the PHP file, to this specific PHP file. And I will show you profile web. This is the PHP file that receives that post. In that post, it doesn't, you don't have to change anything in this PHP file. It has been, created thinking in this case that the Lotus script is going to, make sure that everything is in that post request. For example, that you are sending your IBM Bluemix user and password, and in the case that you are submitting, or requesting to do an analysis from a Twitter account, it basically holds that information inside the Lotus script agent, so nothing is going to be, exposed in this case in a PHP file or even in your HTML form. So nothing, no critical or private information is exposed in the form or in the PHP file. Everything is inside this Lotus script agent. So when this agent submits a post request with all the parameters, the PHP file receives that information, exploits it, and uses it to basically, in this case, it uses another PHP function that does the crawling of the information of those URLs that you are submitting. So this basically, opens that URL, extracts the information in plain HTML, and then the result of those crawlings are then submitted to the IBM Watson Personality Insights URL. And that is when you get the result and returns the result to the Lotus script agent in JSON format, because everything has to be in JSON, as you may already know. The response of IBM Bluemix, IBM Watson services are in JSON format, and it's easier to handle. So when the Lotus scripts agent receives that JSON, it basically does a little construction here, as you can see. It then returns that response, but in a way that the jQuery function understands. It gets this additional code here, the response code, with an OK, and then the jQuery function, in this case, extracts that information only if the response it's OK, and the data returned by the loader script agent, it's then exploited and used in the sum form to create the chart, the sunburst chart. That is, it's very useful. I like it really much, and it presents the information to the end user. What we have done in several applications is that we extract additional information from that JSON data that is returned by IBM Watson. For example, in our CRM application, I will switch to that application right now. I will show you the form. What we have done in this case is we get, of course, we get and save the JSON file as it is, it's returned by IBM Watson, but we also extract information, for example, about the likabilities and not likabilities of that individual, because we will use that information in when we create campaigns, for example. And I will show you that. I'm just loading the form so you can check the information inside a person's record in our CRM application. This is where you specify, for example, a Twitter, and then you can switch back to the IBM Watson tab, where you can see the results of that analysis that it's sent to the IBM Watson service. This is the basic information that we use in the CRM software, because as you can see, some parts of this form are still only in Spanish. We are translating this to the to English, but this is basically the most likely things that this person is going to do if he has the chance. This is information based on the analysis that is done by IBM Watson Personality Insights. So these, for example, if you can see, spend on health and fitness. So if you are running a company that markets or sells services or products related to health and fitness, you would like to create a campaign to target those specific type of people. If you want to send a promotion or invite people to try a new product or service, you can target that specific people that based on the analysis by IBM Watson that is more likely to spend on products related to health and fitness. Or the same way for eco-friendly products, or everything. It depends on the the options or the analysis that IBM Watson does of these people, of this person in specific. So this is, for example, one simple way to show you how you can exploit the information that IBM Watson Personality Insights returns or makes available to people, like to customers like you and me. So it's not only to see the graphic information and to know, for example, what are the traits of the big five, analysis or consumption necessities or values that this person has. It's not just to see how these people it tends to be, in real life, but this is a way to make this information really valuable for a company, because when you have all your customers, for example, you have analyzed all your customers, and or most of your customers, and you want to create, a campaign that it's basically more targeted to that kind of people that you want to send that information of your new products or services. That is when the information returned by IBM Watson is really, really valuable. So that is why we have integrated the IBM Watson Personality Insight service with our application, with our CRM application, that it's basically in the last stage of developing. We think we will be able to launch this CRM application in October, no later than October. So as you can see, we have done a pretty good job working with this CRM application. It will be available in Spanish and English, and it's all based on IBM Domino services. So this is what I wanted to show you in this last video. I want to explain you the structure of this application, of the design of this application, so you will be able to more easily, navigate through all the options. There are not so many, design elements. It's very simple. One form, 4 subforms, a couple of share fields. Of course, the libraries that are basically what does this, the magic inside these agents, and the other part that it's the PHP files that basically does the heavy work, for example, to extract HTML from URLs, to the integration with the Twitter IPA, which is very easy. Basically, you don't have to do anything else that provide your own keys for your application in Twitter, and it does everything. As I told you, this is basically for dummies. These these PHP files. You basically don't have to touch anything. Of course, if you want to, make some changes, you are welcome to do that. But if you don't need to, or don't have the necessity to do so, you don't have to. We have done everything in the PHP files, and the only thing that you have to change is in the Lotus scripts, where you have to enter your own Bluemix keys and your own Twitter API keys here. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this journey. I know I have. This is my first experience creating tutorial videos to help other people, do things that at some point I have found really hard to do, or I haven't found enough information to make a decision, or to help me, to take the first step. So I really hope you find this useful, and I hope you start, exploring the power of IBM Watson services. I know this has been the first service that we have explored, but we are pretty sure that we are working, trying to expand and add new functionalities to our applications. For example, the CRM applications, to exploit and to be more competitive in terms of helping companies know better their customers, and try to do hard things without knowing that they are hard, because we try to do the hard work for them. So thank you for watching, and if you have any comments, please feel free to contact me, or I think I'm going to post my email address somewhere in the website, or in this video. so you can reach me at any time. Thank you for watching.